Hello. Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. Didn't we just do this yesterday? 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Easter Sunday. Also, the Islanders playing monkey see, monkey do by seeing what Vegas just did with firing Cassidy and hiring Tortorella, but the Islanders managed to do that, but dumber. They fire Patrick Waugh and name Peter DeBoer as the replacement. Four games left in the regular season. But apparently this comes after the Islanders have lost 4 in a row in 7 of their past 10 games, going from comfortably in a playoff spot to needing help down the stretch in an Eastern Conference race. Speaking of Eastern Conference race, essentially every team this year in the East, not including Lightning, Canadiens, Sabres, Hurricanes, Penguins, or Bruins, every team is so utterly inept that the Islanders are just barely hanging on to that third place in the Metro spot at 89 points, just 1 point ahead of almost everyone else in the wild card race. The Sens currently have that last wild card spot at 88 points. Then the Red Wings are at 88 points. Then the Flyers are at 88 points. And the Blue Jackets are at, you guessed it, 88 points. And the Capitals are right behind that gaggle of buffoons with just 87 points. Seriously, does no one want to have that last wild card spot in the East? How about third place in the Metro? The Islanders are in very real danger of surrendering third in the Metro to the Flyers, Blue Jackets, or even the Capitals. No, they hired the Islanders hired DeBoer as coach. Peter DeBoer is coaching the Islanders now. The Islanders GM is the first year Matthew Darch. Yeah, the Flyers could climb into the playoff spot. Let's see. The Cats need a Blues win or overtime loss tonight against the Avs. So Havorka has been sent back down to Charlotte. Forsling and Kulikov is the top pair today. Bjornfoot with Jones and Sabrango with Benning. Ugh. How long till Sorokin gets the sword to the back? Yeah, the Red Wings free falling. A team that wants to make the playoffs does not lose to the 2025-26 New York Rangers in April. How's that wild card race in the West looking? All right, so the Mammoths still have the first wild card spotted. It seems like they're going to be pretty comfortable there.
Yeah.
Preds are at 81 points. The Kings are at 81 points. Sharks 79. Jets 78. Blues 76. And Kraken 75. But with the number of games left, I don't think either the Blues or Kraken are going to make up a...
No, they're pretty toast.
It's a 5-point and 6-point difference, respectively, with only 7 games left in each of those teams' seasons. The Jets pretty much are at the bottom of the list of teams that still have a reasonable chance of making the playoffs there. Yeah, I hope the Sharks make it too. But I believe they just lost. They lost to the Predators 6-3. That was a game they could not afford to lose. Meanwhile, the Preds are on a 2-game win streak, and the Kings are tied with them. 19 overtime or shootout losses for the Kings. 19. So Stuart Skinner apparently got hit with a puck on the bench yesterday. So Shelovs is starting again. Well, we are starting Tarasov.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, ain't that something?
So, yeah, we get to...
Okay, so we don't even get to play Skinner.
No.
Oh, man. Here she comes, Miss America. Dang.
So, Jelly Ellie says to score some goals, Mackey hat trick and lose 6-5 in regulation.
Okay.
Four-team race in each conference with the last wild card spot. Well, in the East, it's a 5-team race. 6 if you count the fact that the Islanders are just hanging on for dear life.
Hanging on for dear life. That's exactly right.
And that's why they just fired Patrick Wall and hired Peter DeBoer.
Hired on Easter. Uh-oh.
Tarasov with the stop.
So Skinner got hit with the puck?
Yeah.
In the face? Or...
Yeah, Columbus or Philly could get that third place in the Metro. Hell, the Capitals have a somewhat decent shot at it.
Kind of sounds to me like Skinner just didn't want to see Florida.
Let's see. Yeah. It's pretty much down to Predators, Kings, Sharks, and Jets.
Yeah.
Barring the collapse from all of them and a crazy run by the Blues or Kraken, which is not entirely out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, it's not.
So, I wonder how, if there's any other teams that can clinch a playoff spot.
There we go.
I am shocked the Canadians have not clinched yet. The Penguins are on the cusp of clinching the playoff spot. I mean, this is ridiculous to have the Eastern Conference playoff.
I know.
Islanders 89, Senators 88, Red Wings 88, Flyers 88,
Yep.
Blue Jackets 88,
I mean,
Capitals 87.
And the thing with the Jackets is they lost 6 straight.
6 straight.
And they're still right there, no problem.
6 straight, and I kid you not, they are Islanders and Flyers regulation losses and 1 regulation win away from getting to back to 3rd in the Metro.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the top defensive pair is Forsling and Kulikov.
Yeah.
So they got oh look, it's Noah Gregor.
Well, at least we're not missing a sunny day outside.
The bottom defensive pair is Sabrango and Benning.
Yes. I know.
So, speak of the Red Wings, they're losing right now 4-2 to Minnesota.
It was 1-0 after the first, and then Minnesota got 4 in the second. I think at one point, Talbot had given up 4 goals on 13 shots.
Wow.
Early power play chance for Pittsburgh.
So Bennett's going in the penalty box for holding.
Good stuff.
Canadians have won 8 in a row. And they get to play the Devils tonight, so that's about to be 9 in a row. Hurricanes, Sens, Flyers, Bruins, Capitals, Rangers, and Blues, Avalanche. So for purposes of lottery, we want the Blues to actually win against the Avalanche.
Oh. Our PK is now 3rd in the NHL. We were or 10th. We were like 3rd and 4th there for a while.
Jelly Ellie says, I have Nedeljkovic as our backup next season. Thoughts? Can't we keep one of our good backups for once?
I don't know.
This replay is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers.
When and under what circumstances do we give any of our younger goalies like some games? That's my bigger question. Like, why are we starting Tarasov and Bob instead of giving Cooper Black a few games just to play?
So Flo says Pens fans at the beginning of the season were probably thinking, oh, great, our Easter weekend's going to be ruined. We got to play the Panthers back-to-back in the middle of a potential playoff race.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
A 3-on-2.
Yeah.
Hey, Sabrango actually made the play.
Sabrango made a good play.
Sends that to left of the ice. So both goaltenders getting some action right at the net here early on in the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, good effort there by Lois Drainan and Greer. We just spoke out a shorty.
About a half a minute to go on the penalty kill. Sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
All right, so Gregor could not get the puck out. Forsling managed to get the job done.
fell along the boards. Again, knocked away by Forsling, who's been terrific here on this penalty kill.
Birds are chirping outside.
Yeah, they got bugs.
Chinnikov makes his way through the neutral zone. And
Okay.
Forsling again denies the entry with the stick.
You got? No, they're back.
3 plays by
All right, well, we killed that off.
Well, the Panthers get the job done. And we remain scoreless. 6 minutes gone by this afternoon in Pittsburgh. Second of back-to-back games. Panthers and the Penguins. Here in the Steel City. Carter Verhaeghe in the offensive zone gives to Bennett.
All right, so Bennett's over to Kachuk.
Round to Bennett. Cross ice, Toby Bjornfoot.
Bjornfoot sends it wide.
Verhaeghe battling along the wall. Now the Penguins have to poke it out of there. Bjornfoot back to cover.
All right, so now Bennett enters the zone.
Oh, boy.
Penguins get the steal at the blue line. Soder one.
Boy, he was a factor in yesterday's game. That big Soder. 6'7". Look at
That's
the size.
Benning and Bournefoot, but that's because Sabrango killed the penalty.
Got an impact with that size on that fourth line for the Penguins.
Ted says, hi, Eric and Kyle. Happy
Hey,
blessed
buddy.
Easter.
Yeah.
Dietrich says, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to everybody except Patrick Waugh.
Seth Jones. 5 straight seasons for Seth Jones after the goal yesterday of 30 points.
He'll probably be coaching the Leafs or something.
Yeah,
Snaps it on goal.
wouldn't that be something?
Seeloff's the save. We were
Okay.
scoreless early on.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring event with the 2025 Kelly Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
It bothered us too that your employees weren't taking full advantage of their retirement plans. So Vanguard created something to give them a little nudge. With Vanguard's well on your way, 87% of employees took action to improve their financial well-being. Vanguard, this is that delivers.
Ken doesn't know everything, but he does know if you bundle your flights, cars, hotels. They get
Ted says, Eric, the Islanders hired Peter DeBoer. What do you think about that?
Somebody on one of the noon streams a couple of days ago asked me which one of the Panthers coaches was my least favorite. DeBoer was on the list. I think, like anything, if it works, it's genius, but I don't. DeBoer, with 5 games left in the season, Vegas, we understand they're cutthroat and,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you catch lightning in a bottle with torts. But moving Wofford to DeBoer, at this point, is wild work.
Was early getting some action at the Pittsburgh Penguins net.
Yeah, their best scoring chance came while shorthanded. They quickly moved that puck up. Look at they catch the Penguins. They got 3 players way outside in the neutral zone. AJ Greer with a nifty move tries to feed.
Greer got 2 shots off there.
Another one, whoop, between the legs. And the backhand pass was Greer got in just too far for that puck to be anywhere near the stick.
There's a look at AJ Greer, our Chipotle real difference maker. Tying his longest.
Well, the Red Wings have
And he's on the best goal
scored their 3rd goal, so now it's just a 1-goal game. Less than 9 minutes to go in the 3rd of
Coach
that.
probably worried about getting fired too.
Well, Iserman's the one
Yeah.
whose job is on the line. Patelron says
that he was a second-round draft pick.
disaster and DeBoer go hand in hand.
That's about right.
No expectation or hope
I mean, that is just
this type of offense that he's shown this year.
it feels very forced.
About his 6 goals this season and more this year with more ice time.
Like you catch a big fish and somebody walks up to your spot and casts on you, try to catch their own big fish.
Mhm.
That's what it feels like. It feels like they got the idea from Vegas. And
And Ryan Ryan Shea will walk it out of his own zone. Chinakoff on the dump it. Penguins go for a change. Panthers do the same, so Gustav Forsling will wait it out.
I wonder what the players feel about this stuff. You can't. They're not going to give you their honest opinions. They're they got to say what they got to say for the camera.
Kachuk waits, shoots. Shelov's made the save. Dana says, hello.
Oh, here we go. Here comes Malkin again. Hey, there you go. Good job.
Hey. You already scored enough yesterday, Malkin. Give it a rest.
And be specific with players about things to correct. Paul Maurice does a great job giving the presentation. It's very concise. And, well, we've already seen the menu and pick up the PK after yesterday. A solid kill by the Panthers. Started off.
Hey, Dana, thank you for the $5.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana.
How's the weather? It's rainy.
It's yucky.
This would be a penalty, though, on the Panthers for a delay of game.
We just took a delay of game penalty.
Awesome. And of course, it's Sabrango.
And one shot of the first power play advantage.
All right, so now Shelos leaves the puck for his teammate.
It's still going to be in the 30s tonight this week.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nah, I'm going to have to put the kayak in the water and go try to catch some crappie because hopefully I can get over there and there won't be anybody else.
Here they work the power play. Malkin centers. Carlson held it in right on the line. Boquist is with it.
I'm going to I got to get the other part of the license so I can go to, what do you call it? Tuckahoe. I want to get my stuff together and go fishing out there.
Yeah.
Seeing the difference, having Kulikov in there on the penalty kill and, talking about those corrections that Paul Maurice and the staff, the players, want to make after a game like yesterday. Part of that today, anyway, was being harder in that D zone. Of course, that's been the big stretch.
Mr. Spock says, I'm looking forward to hear if Jaws ever found his lawnmower.
Oh, that lawnmower. Who knows where it ever ended up. That freight company, I even called Amazon and told them, hey, look at it's your reviews. And there's like hundreds, if not 1,000 people saying that this place is robbing, stealing lawnmowers. They didn't care. They didn't care. I got my refund. I got my new mower. So it is what it is. But there's definitely a freight company that is just yunking mowers. There's another block shot. See, now we're going to try in this game.
Yeah, Panthers taking advantage of Pittsburgh just trying to be a little bit too cute with that puck.
All right, we killed that one off too.
Yeah.
Tarasov, get in the net! Oh my God! Are you kidding me? You were looking at the chat. You didn't see what he did.
Well, I'm about to see.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, look at what he does. He comes out, he goes and gets it, and he just
Tarasov, what are you doing?
He just like
you just directly gave it away to the Penguins. Go ahead and lift.
I am lifting, you lift.
Me lift.
Yeah, you lift. Yes, I lifted for the first 6 goals yesterday. You can lift for the first 6 today. I'm sore. If they allow more than 6, I'll lift. You're just telling me to get up and lift? Huh? Kid has lost his mind. Jeez. You kill off 2 penalties and then your goalie says, nah, I don't like this. Right.
To blow the whistle, Sheloffs is telling the official, as you now see, the net is not even close to being in the proper position.
Yeah, I don't know. He must have backed
Grandpa says the Marlins game is delayed for rain, I guess.
Yeah.
Panthers give up the first goal. We'll be back with more of the first period.
Bring on the spring at the Hunt Ring Event with the 2025 Kelly Blue Book Best Value Brand. Buy online, reserve and select dealers, hurry into your local
He doesn't know everything, but he does know if you bundle your flights, cars, hotels, vacation rentals, you can save up to 30%.
Good, Percy. Thanks, voice in the sky.
Expedia, the one place you go to go places.
Detroit has tied it up.
Damn, really?
Minnesota had a 4-1 lead in this game headed into the third, and now it's a tied game. Of course, now Detroit's going to pick to actually try and save their season. Both Gustafson and Talbot now sport identical 18 goals, 4 goals surrendered on 18 shots for 7.78 save percentages.
All veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Yes, Detroit's playing like they're desperate. To answer your question, we only get our draft pick if it's top 10 after the draft lottery.
Yes. That is correct.
So you're saying, because you looked it up, and I guess there is a chance that our top 10 draft pick would fall out of the top 10?
Well, if we win too many games, if we finish, because the lottery, we actually looked it up today on the members stream. So the lottery is actually for the bottom 16 teams.
Yeah.
So they hold the lottery for the first pick. They hold the lottery for the second pick. And then the rest of the picks are laid out in the order that the teams finished. So if we finish at 9, and the possibility exists that we could end up with the 11th pick after the lottery, and that would mean it's not protected. So, like, the worst you can do is move 2 spots down. So we have to finish at least 8th in the draft order before the lottery to be guaranteed that we'll at least be number 10 after the lottery, and then the pick is protected. I think we're at 6 right now. So if we did stupid things and won a bunch of games, we could literally, finish at 11 and then not get the pick. I mean, we have to give them the pick again anyway. You know what I mean? The next time, 28 or 27, it's not protected. You can't protect it into infinity. But
Crosby's out there now. Bjornfoot, a good play in his own line. Here comes AJ Greer.
Greer could not hang on to it.
Go to the end board. Moscarina forced the turnover from Shea. Pass in front, deflected away.
So yeah, this is a
So while losing is not generally fun, and you don't usually like to root,
wow, we'll be
hey,
going on the power play
All
finally.
so they tripped Samoskevich. That's good.
Penguins overskate the puck. There's Samoskevich. And Russ takes him down. Panthers with a chance here to tie up this game.
The Habs only need a single point against the Devils today to clinch their playoff spot. Patrick Kane took a tripping penalty. Oh no.
They're now tied at 4 with Minnesota. They're a point out of the playoff spot.
All right, come on, Tarasov. Stop handling the puck.
Now the Panthers work on the power play for the first time, sponsored by FPL.
Ooh, what was that?
Like the Panthers, very solid penalty kill. That's trying to get this game even. Matthew Tkachuk put Jones at the
Jones waits.
Here's Bennett.
Bennett to Jones.
Take the shot at Chari, watching Jones closely. Now Carter Verhage.
Verhage shoots. Sheloff makes the stop. Verhage keeps the puck moving.
Centering feed, deflected away.
Oh,
Puck out of play.
Soaring up and out of play.
Hmm.
You can see fan appreciation set. Scan the QR code and purchase now while supplies last. Also shop in store or online at FLAteamshop.com. 2 more home games. Those will be next week after the Panthers finish up this road trip, the 13th and the 15th against the Rangers and the Red Wings.
All right, so 1:12 to go on the power play, 5:43 to go in the first.
Chuck feeds back to Jones.
Jones over to Verhage,
no.
Pass off the skates of Samoskevich.
and there's a clear.
Tarasov taking a lead.
Tarasov, what are you
Jesus.
doing?
Bennett 26 goals on the year. His career high is 28.
I know you played yesterday, but
Panthers have to reset now.
Sheloff's out there having played a full 60 minutes yesterday. What's your excuse?
Feed to Samoskevich in front.
Oh,
Samo, you should have
no.
taken that shot.
Verhage was wide open.
The Wilds retook the lead.
Wow.
Oof.
Gives to Samoskevich along the boards. Another spot is back on it. Hard around.
That's out.
Now,
Uh-oh.
get out of the zone. Look out.
No.
Here we freaking go. Good play. Who did that?
Benning.
Benning again.
Get that step to the
Kaprizov has had a hat trick in that game, apparently.
Benny touched that puck inside the blue line. It should have been blown down from offside. Before that partial breakaway there.
And
Who's
that was the notification in the arena that the power play had been
Oh,
penalty had been killed.
combined 3 for 3. Team to go.
okay.
So Red Wings fans probably want to career themselves right now.
Jeez.
Now they're going to have to empty the net with how Cam
Yeah.
Talbot has been in this game. It's not much of a difference, actually.
This rental with his rewards. It was free. Again, in Italy, they also drive on the right. Mi scusi, Expedia, the one that makes you go to good places.
There's something important I need to tell you. I should have said this a long time ago. Now the
1 minute left in that Wild Red Wings game
Come all the way back and then blow it, man.
by your captain Patrick Kane. That's their captain, right? Is
Pretty
Patrick
sure.
King?
No, you sure it's not Larkin?
Is it Larkin? Well, I know Patrick Kane is a very important player for
Yeah.
them. Well, Patrick Kane took the penalty, and Kaprizov got his hat trick.
Man. And Minnesota don't even really need the points, but they are fighting for home ice in the first round. Remember that when we used to win games just to say like, maybe we'll get home ice. Remember that?
Well, they're 4 points behind the Stars, but they do have a game in hand. But Stars greatly eclipsed them in regulation wins. Mr. Spock says Boston and Philly should be a great game. Flyers are close to that third spot in the Metro. Habs about to clinch.
I talked about that moment, and he said when he was going to the bench, he didn't even know the puck went in the net. That's why he had the smile all of a sudden came when he got to the bench because he realized that Reinhart had scored.
What do we think Benning's chances are in making the team next season?
Who?
Benning.
Ask me again after the draft. Depends on who we draft. If we get a defenseman that's ready to go, he probably stands no chance of making the team. He's got some skills, but his size is a problem. We've seen him the last couple of games get just bullied in front of the crease, and that was Lucas Carlson's problem.
Wow, that went in. Cole Schwint.
Cole Schwint?
We tied the game.
I thought Shilas made the save.
You didn't.
I
thought, what did he do? Go right through him?
Watch.
Didn't even look like much.
Boy.
Yeah, he literally went right through him. It just he right in the basket and then right down.
Colin says Schwint is the 4C of the future.
Could very well be.
Those injuries have caught him, but when he's been in the lineup, he's been effective. Good depth player for the Panthers.
All right, so
all right,
his game is tied.
Go lift. Oh wait. Actually, we should lift. You should lift when we score because we're trying to lose.
That's not how it works.
I think that's how it works. You should lift for both.
Patel Ron says, remember, the Panthers play like themselves in the first, and then they take.
Yeah.
Samoskevich tried to get it in front.
Samo went down hard. Uh-oh. Oh, my freaking
God.
hell. We're going to have to pull Tarasov and put Bob in. Ugh.
Tarasov, I don't think even had opacity turned on for that save.
Jeez.
So I'll go lift.
Yeah, I told you should have lifted when we scored. Then they wouldn't have, you would have already been standing there. I tried to tell you.
35 seconds after we scored.
Paul Maurice is over on that Panther bench. He is not happy.
What's Paul Maurice saying?
Yeah, exactly what it is, Randy. He said his piece before putting his players out there.
Well, with that goal, you take a look at it right here. Samoskevich, and then they hit up high.
And that's a high hit into the boards.
The Penguins seconds later get the goal, and for Sidney Crosby, that's his 21st season, getting at least a point a game for the Penguins.
Panthers in the offensive zone.
Boquist turns and shoots.
Sabrango able to put it back down low and hold it in the zone. Another high scoring, if you will, first period for the Panthers. And
All right.
earlier for the Penguins, their last 17 games, they've given up and scored exactly 73 goals. That's more than 4 a game. On pace for it again, perhaps. Play some high scoring offense.
Bennett at the line. Tries to get it to Verhaeghe. Kulikov over to Forsling. Sheloffs has to make the stop.
I think the Panthers identified that it was something
Henderson says, "Holy crap, the Isles out Vegas."
Yes, they did.
So yeah, Minnesota won 5-4.
And Detroit. Nobody wants that spot. Everybody keeps losing. The Flyers are going to take that spot. I'm telling you. I've been saying it for about 3 or 4 days.
Well, good luck to them. They have to play Boston today.
Yeah, but look at where Boston is. They can take a nap now. Like they're not moving up. They're not moving down.
The Sens have. It's even worse for the Sens. They have to play the Hurricanes. The Habs. Go ahead.
Saying the Hurricanes need the points because they're still trying to get home ice for the playoffs.
The Habs have.
Oh crap! Here. Oh, good play.
The Habs get to play the Devils. The Capitals get to play the Rangers.
Yeah, but the Rangers have been winning some games. Here we go.
Hey, it's
Chucky.
Kachuk and did he say Witherspoon?
Yeah. Why'd they separate them?
Because they can't afford to have Kachuk injure himself again. He's a massive part of NHL marketing. Mr. Spock says Penguins Flyers would be an interesting series to watch in the first round. Yeah, the Battle of Pennsylvania. I could go for that.
Yeah. Well, if the Flyers make it, maybe we'll go to a game. I see Chucky starting shit. There we go.
A playoff game? I hadn't even thought about that. That would be the best opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Susie says, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Colin says, we need Ovi versus Sid one more time in the playoffs. Well, the Capitals would have to leapfrog the other 4 teams chasing that wild card spot, or they could even leapfrog the Islanders.
Yeah. So we gotta kill a penalty.
But the Red Wings, this was their game in hand against.
To not even get it to overtime, man. They are choking it up.
Well, the Blue Jackets are the real winners of that Red Wings loss because all the other teams are playing today. Sens, Flyers, Capitals, but the Blue Jackets, who were already at 77 games played, the Red Wings choked up that game in hand. The Flyers have to go up against Boston. Hurricanes versus Sens. And now Nolan Foote is...
Well, he's got to serve Kachuk's 2 minutes.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Just had to go off his stick, or he and Forsling could have been in on a 2-on-1. Well, Forsling's really had a solid first period.
He has skated 20 miles already in this game.
Serving the minor penalty for Florida, number 25.
All right, so we did not get the clear, but Kulikov and Boquist were able to prevent the high danger chance. That's still not a clear. Susie, you think the Penguins could be a dark horse in the playoffs? Well, they still need to pray that their defense and goaltending doesn't go haywire.
Oh, freaking hell.
Jesus, Tarasov, are you even a physical presence in the net today? Are you just a hologram out there?
Oh, what a weekend this is turning out to be.
Ricard Raquel makes it.
I mean, it's puck moving on the power play. I mean, look at this shot. He's just all alone in the middle there.
Forsling and Kulikov, what are you doing? Ken, where's the fast forward button? Can't we fast forward through this? Seriously. There's no benefit to watching these games anymore. Other than praying no more players get injured and also that we stay in a top 10.
Jesus. Almost they're going to do the same thing again. What the hell happened to the clock? Sam, oh, jeez. Where's the clock, Scripps?
Usterainen shoots, and it's open over.
He should have passed it to Sam there. That's it. Okay. All right.
What's this? Sabrango getting a little chippy. All right.
Okay, that's nice.
Could you get me some more water?
Yeah, I'll consider it. Oh. Let me do my recap. All right, you need it now? Here. Well,
All right, so instead of 2-2, like it was yesterday, it's 3-1. This is the Panthers look every bit the injured, battered, ineffective squads they did in the second period yesterday. Tarasov has not been able to make saves today. Riddle me this. Which one of these Pacific teams actually wants to win the division?
Riddle me this. Which one of the Pacific teams that are in first or second place would be able to make it to the wild card in the East?
That answer is no.
They wouldn't even be in the freaking playoffs.
They'd be tied with the Capitals.
I know. They would be on the edge of the playoff race.
Yikes.
Instead, they're in first place.
Even after 3 years, many people felt this relief. In PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin notice of weakening.
That's freaking ridiculous.
Serious infections, blood clots, and fatal cancers, including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, dry tears, death, heart attack. See the event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoke, or pregnant or planning. Don't take it.
Mr. Spock says no team in the Pacific deserves to be in the playoffs. Henderson says, given preseason expectations, A playoff series win for Pittsburgh buys the team a lot of credit. Oh, for sure.
Why is everyone so fired up?
So, if you want to play the plus-minus goal differential game, right now, aside from the Predators, who are at minus 22, the only other playoff team in the West with a negative goal differential are the Ducks, who are at minus 14 and have also been on a 5-game losing skid. The Oilers might legitimately win the Pacific because the Ducks and Golden Knights are even more trash than them. The team that saw their big trade for Tristan Jarry blow up spectacularly in their face to the point where they named Connor Ingram their starting goalie might win their own division. Eduardo says, Kyle, you deserve a shot of Jack Daniels. If I need alcohol, I've got wine upstairs. Henderson says, for the record, I'm genuinely hoping Florida lottos into the top pick because the league-wide meltdown would be a divinely hilarious. Yeah, I'm hoping for that too. That would be so good. The salt from Leafs fans, especially, because remember, the Leafs draft pick is only top 5 protected. If they finish outside of the top 5, that pick is Boston property. Yeah, whoever comes out of the Pacific will get murdered by the Central Division teams. The Snake Boy says, as a Pens fan, we need the points, and you guys need the draft pick. If we finish it off today, you think we'll basically only need one more point to clinch. So yeah, this is pretty much as even a game statistically as you can get, but it's the Penguins who are winning 3-1. Trent says the Penguins will lose in the first round. Let's think about this rationally. Assuming that the Hurricanes go on to clinch the division, the Penguins are going to get to play with home ice advantage, mind you, whichever one of the Islanders, Flyers, Blue Jackets, or Capitals actually wants that third place in the Metro. And the Islanders are flailing so much that they just fired Patrick Waugh and hired Peter DeBoer. They're literally the Islanders just threw all their chips into praying that they get the year one Peter DeBoer that immediately propels them to a Cup Finals appearance. The Flyers aren't even supposed to be within reach of a playoff spot as their rebuild has gone absolutely nowhere. the Blue Jackets were looking like a solid team and then just have had some of the worst luck imaginable. And the Capitals, it's pretty much OV. This is the team that just traded away John Carlson, ending an era there. Yeah, the Penguins on paper would easily handle Philly. Yeah, the Islanders firing the head coach Majalev. Philly has 2 games in hand on the Isles and only 1 point back.
Okay.
So does anyone have predictions for the second period?
6 goals.
No.
Combined. 5 for them, 1 for us. I'll be right back. Oh boy.
Speaking of, Philly is taking the 1-0 lead against Boston. Well, Philly has 2 games in hand on the Islanders and is just 1 point back.
Yeah.
Henderson says, honestly, unless the Pens fall into a wild card, they're in good shape for the first. Well, at this rate, the Pens would have to lose almost all of their remaining games to fall into the wild card with how bad all the teams behind them have been. Mr. Spock says, Philly will play hard today. You're sure they could get in the Metro's 3rd spot? Like Urinating Tree just posted on Twitter. Red Wings, traditional Iser banning in March. Islanders begging for DeBoer perks. Blue Jackets hit E on the gas tank. Senators, goaltending apparently optional. Philadelphia wins by doing nothing. Yeah, lull at Detroit. Like, seriously. So many teams, so many intriguing teams for that last wild card spot, or even 3rd in the Metro, and it's looking like the Flyers of all the teams are in the best shape.
and get our second guy in there.
Penalty kill has been such a strength of your team over the last several years. When your PK is at its best, what does that look like?
Just keeping the pace on them, aggressive, good sticks, close in time and space.
Heard up on the blue line with Dmitry Kulikov, who's back in the lineup, playing with a broken nose. What does that say about his toughness?
He's a warrior. I mean, not many people will do that, and it's just super impressive.
Gustav, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Katie. And we know Gustav Forsling is a warrior as well, especially on the penalty kill.
Yeah, he's always seems to be in the right spot.
So, if the Panthers score any more goals in this game, who do you predict will score?
It's a pleasure to watch, really. I mean, you can see the confidence with players coming with speed to hold that gap. As a forward D, that's not an easy thing to do. What makes it easier is having that back pressure support with the forward. So if you do get beat, you got help. But he always seems to be in the right spot. He makes himself big, blocks a lot of shots. He's always got a good stick. And him and Aaron Ekblad have been, an unbelievable pair for a lot of years.
When we return, it is the start of the second period from Pittsburgh. Panthers with a little bit of more.
Mr. Spock says Philly winning today would bump the Islanders to the last wild card spot. The Sens would get bumped out of the playoffs, but they have games in hand.
I can set up for college fund.
I've been learning about trading strategies. Schwab helps me generate retirement income. All this Schwab is everything you need is making me cranky.
Does somebody need a nap?
Schwab!
Invest your way with Schwab.
We're here for our convertible.
How about an SUV? Want to get out of here? Hier ist das Schiebedach.
Und hier ist die Sonnencreme.
Okay, let's move on.
Where are those trucks? We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Yep, still here.
The Big Rivers app welcomes online casino players with places to play and places.
So if you had to guess
I prefer a good cooling off.
roll a dice, you could literally roll a dice right now, and it would be just about as accurate to determine which of the 6 teams gets that third place in the Metro, which gets the wild card, and which doesn't even make the playoffs.
Every rep, every shift. No shortcuts, just grit. Stronger every day. Mentally, physically, emotionally. From the gym to the ice. Time to lock in. When hits meet handshakes and training meets tradition. Noble, official training.
The official all-inclusive Caribbean resorts of the Panthers. By FPL. At FPL, every day, reliability is an option. It's a commitment. By Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Oh yeah, congratulations. It would seem that because of the Detroit's losing to Minnesota, the Habs have finally clinched the playoff spot.
A $200 Lululemon gift card. Randy needs some 5-inch shorts to work out. And signed 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs puck and rally towel. So go to the the website. Get involved, all for a great cause. The players take a lot of pride in that. All right, the shorts aside, Randy, let's unpack this play. Sponsored by...
Hey, Dad, the second period's about to start. The Habs are the third team in 2 days to clinch because Detroit crapped the bed.
Okay. I was just making out with Leia. Okay, I can see
What?
we need to continue to allow goals because otherwise this game could be it's Sunday afternoon.
Because the Red Wings lost, the Habs finally clinched their playoff spots. Yeah. Yeah, the Red Wings have officially put 3 other teams into the playoffs because of their ineptitude.
Jeez.
Philly winning today would bump the Isles into the last wildcard spot. The Sens would get bumped out of the playoffs, but they have games in hand. So again,
trying to cough.
The Lightning, Canadians, and Sabres are all within 2 points of each other. Although both the Sabres and Lightning have massive regulation win tiebreaker advantages over the Habs. So who do you think wins the Atlantic this year? Will it be the Lightning, who are at 102 points with 6 games left? The Canadians are at 100 points with 6 games left. The Sabres are at 100 points with only 5 games left. The Canadians get to play the Devils today, which means they're about to lose their game in hand on the Lightning. But they could also win. Wonder what the schedule. Hey, Patel Ron, thank you for the 5.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Patel. Thank you, bud. We got more fighting.
Anytime I see the name Samuel Gerard, you think of Tommy Lee Jones' character in the movie The Fugitive.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that movie in ages.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Patel.
So the Lightning have to play.
Is there another name, Samuel Gerard? Like
the Sabres?
The only name that should be associated with that. The only thing that should be associated with that name is Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, we're going on a power play.
I don't know what happened.
Wow, the Lightning have to play the Sabres, the Sens, the Canadians, the Bruins, the Red Wings, and then the Rangers. The Canadians get to play the Devils, the Panthers.
How the hell did Samoskevich get a penalty out of that garbage?
The Devils, the Panthers, the Lightning, the Blue Jackets, the Rangers, and the Flyers.
Sam just wanted to sit next to Kachuk.
And the Sabres have to play the Lightning, the Rangers, the Blue Jackets, the Blackhawks, and the Stars. I don't think any one team has a distinct advantage here. Mr. Spock thinks Habs Sabres would be a great series. So it's 4-on-4, I see. Mattel Ron says, watch Jaws yesterday on BB's Locals, then heard the life story, and you can totally understand the fear of the water.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw a video this morning where a guy got stalked by like a 6-7 foot bull shark on his surfboard, and he caught a wave, and he was filming it, and he's caught this wave. He's riding in, and the whole time he's like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" Oh, like, oh,
Bennett.
Bennett almost finished it off. Nope.
I swear, Samo passed his Samoskevichitis to other players. So with that win, the Wild improved to 100 points. They're only 2 points back of the Stars. Both teams are going to have to fight for home ice advantage in that series they're already locked into.
Yeah.
Real Cinema says, woohoo! That's how we do it, fellas. Keep the tank going. We want 10. We want 10. We want 10.
Oh.
He caught something up in the face.
Mr. Stinky's on the TV.
The stink bug.
Yeah.
They were bad yesterday in the kitchen.
Yeah, I didn't vacuum up.
Another look right here. Comes back to his stick.
Oh, he had it. He just missed it.
How are the Flames still alive? Someone killed them. They're at 72 points with 6 games left.
So what'd they give us now?
A double minor?
Oh, I see. Lusterinen just chopped him in the face.
You idiots.
Did he draw blood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Chucky looked like he's going to take a nap.
So get this. Should the Blues win in any fashion tonight, they are guaranteed to surpass the Jets in the standings and would be just tied with them and 1 point back of the Sharks.
Jeez.
The Blues.
I know.
And they have a game in. This is their game in hand on pretty much everyone except for the Sharks ahead of them. All right, so now we have to kill 3 minutes of power play.
Here's Malkin. Crosby again. Kells out in front.
This is absolutely riveting.
I know, right? I'm like, the sun is starting to come through the clouds there. Now it's getting bright. Oh. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, geez. Oh, he just missed.
Yeah, for a second I thought that was goal number 4.
Yeah. Full possession. Good grief. Oh,
Clear.
no.
That wasn't a clear, boys.
Finally. That took almost the full few minutes. Full 2 minutes.
Shelov's had trouble with the
Yeah.
puck for Hakey stole it.
Great work there by both Gustav Forsling and Dmitry Kulikov on the extended shift, short-handed. Minute and a half left on the Los Duranin penalty.
All right, so
Physical. Letang up at the line, keeps it in. And it got a piece of the cross-ice pass, but Letang's got it. Over to Mantha. He had one yesterday. 6 goals his last 6 games, and he broke his stick on the
Bennett.
Oh, here we
with
go.
the puck.
3 on 1, 2.
Go. Sabrango gets robbed. Man. Sama would have scored there.
I agree.
Hey,
there you go,
Tarasov made a glove
Good job,
save.
buddy. Like, I don't mind losing because of the pick, but we don't have to get embarrassed all game, every game.
Yeah, Panthers have done an excellent job on this kill.
14-10 to
Still
go.
48 seconds left, sorry. Just realized.
Yeah.
Extended power play time in the first 25 minutes plus of this game for the Penguins. Now Malkin's got Carlson. Malkin. Crosby back for Malkin. Low bump pass. Carlson shoots.
Oh.
By Tarasov. Rebound in front.
Where is that puck?
Goes in behind the net. Free puck in the
There we go.
Nosek
Good
collects
work.
Nosek is out of his own end. Nosek looking for a chance here.
Nosek has his shot redirected away.
And here come the Penguins.
There they go.
West to the Panther line, drop pass. Now it's Malkin in the slot.
Oh,
Well-
boy, we got lucky there.
Did he hit the post?
I think Tarasov might have made that save.
Panthers do the job on the kill. Los Duranin is
All right, 4 minutes.
Gregor hard to the end.
Killed.
Along with Raquel. Wotherspoon, he and Kachuk are now free out of the penalty box after the fight. Late in the first period.
All right.
Just stay in that,
Everybody's
30.
good to go. We're 5 on 5. 7 minutes gone by. Second period here in Pittsburgh. One assist today for Crosby. Cole Schwint, the Panther goal, the first. All the goals in the game were scored in the opening period. A.J. Green has Jones jumping up. Greer sends
Puck
it
is
around.
dumped in.
Gerard back the other way. Wotherspoon. All the way to the Panther line. Nolan Chari. Rango is with him. Soderblom centers for Mueller. Takes away.
That was a close one.
Soderblom takes back. Wotherspoon up at the line with a wrister blocked by Denny.
Samo with the puck.
Gets a little bit of room, gets over the line.
And then Greer tried to pass to him.
Yeah,
Only
Greer needs to take that to the net.
Here's Greer.
Greer sends it wide. He just flat out missed.
Bending at the blue line. Cross ice feed Samoskevich.
Come on, get Samo into a scoring position.
Mackey sends it out in front. Hinestroza just came
Hinestroza with the
Oh, I
puck.
forgot Hinestroza was even playing.
Benning shoots.
There you go.
Schwintz
Oh!
trying to get that puck.
Okay, so we're going on a penalty power play. Mackey drew another penalty.
Need to get back on the road?
Want to get out of here?
Okay. Oh. What time does your golf stream start tomorrow?
Golf.
Oh, no? I must have been confused.
Alrighty then.
Okay, then.
The NCAA Gymnastics Championships on
If you say so. Well,
What?
dang it.
My conditioner is working.
Had us glued on there.
Samuel Girard in the penalty box. Eduardo says, all we need to hear is the Maple Leafs would consider eventually hiring Patrick Waugh.
Yeah.
We're nearly halfway through the game. Even strength shots on goal, it's 9-5 in favor of the Panthers. And the Penguins don't have an even strength shot on goal in the period. So Cavs would love to cash in here and then keep it even strength.
Yeah, Samoskevich back on the ice. Here after that.
Good Samo is out there on the power play. And he's right in the perfect position to shoot it.
Won the draw. Samoskevich gets it back to Jones. Here's Bennett.
Bennett
For Bennett.
to Bennett. Kachuk.
Bottom of the circle.
He tried to take the sharp angle shot. It went out of play. Colin says if there's one thing Samo is elite at, it's drawing penalties.
Yeah. He draws a lot. No doubt. Oh.
I say go Cats. I guess there won't be a home hockey game in October.
Are you a Weezer fan?
Oh, yeah, I like Weezer. I do. Yeah. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah. If I played you some of this honestly, you'd know, like, a lot. You would.
Well, I'm a member of the fan club.
Oh. Already. You're the treasurer or just the member?
Poor Randy and Goldie.
I know.
They'd rather talk about being a member of the Weezer fan club. JP says, imagine if Sid wins his 4th Stanley Cup. Kachuk with the puck.
Now Bennett and Verhaeghe. Round of Kachuk.
Now Verhaeghe waits over to Jones. Can't believe I'm saying this, but get the puck to Samo. He'll score. Oh, he tried. Now there's less than a minute left, and we have to reset. Bennett waits. Samo was able to hold it in. Kachuk waits. Samo is forced to send it wide. Now Jones able to hold the puck in. 30 seconds left on the power play. Kachuk tries to shoot. Verhaeghe centering pass. And Jones got just enough of the puck to keep it alive in the zone. Samo in the circle has to pass it back to Jones. Shot blocked. Shoot on net, Samo.
There's no room.
Everything he's shooting is going in.
Oh, that was a good shot. There you go.
Bennett just sent it wide. The power play is over now.
Samo
again, and Kachuk was right in front. Keep it going. They're hemmed in. And you sent it too far for Bennett, who has to keep it going around the boards. Verhage shoots. Now Benning sends it around. Kachuk still on the ice. Verhage sends it on goal. Colin says, keep spamming those shots. So the Flyers are still winning 1-0 after one period.
Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
We're here for our convertible.
How about an SUV? I want to get out of here.
Oh yeah, did either of you buy pasta sauce?
No, I didn't buy fucking pasta sauce. Jeez.
There's a gigantic thing of fettuccine or whatever I made.
Try to remember tomorrow. Huh? He's starting to sound like a wife over there. Hey, did you did.
Well, it usually takes 3 or 4 or 5 times for me to ask before it actually happens. I'm trying to make sure all that pasta doesn't go to waste. It's been in there for at least 3 days now.
I brought you ice cream. You're like a woman. I brought you ice cream. Did you bring me the sauce?
I do.
If I don't bring you the sauce, I bought you the ice. Jesus. Huh?
So Samo's reached 10 goals and 17 assists.
How he's been able to unlock this level of consistency, and he said it's just sticking with it. He said he always felt his game was there. It was just a matter of time before the results caught up.
Hey, thanks. Matthew Samoskevich, the first-round pick of the Panthers, he was 24th overall, 2021. There's only 14 players in that entire draft that have more goals in their career now than Matthew Samoskevich.
All right, so 9-11 to go in the second.
Golden opportunities to get a goal.
Remarkably, leading that draft was the player picked one selection before Samoskevich. There by Tarasov, and that's why
trying to put it in our own net.
Again.
Yeah, 2 picks, 23rd and 24th overall. I mean, there's nothing guaranteed in the first round of the 20s in the NHL draft. You're right.
So they only do the lottery for the first and second picks?
They do a lottery for the first pick, and then a lottery for the second pick. And then the rest of the picks are the teams, the order it would have been.
Yeah.
Minus the 2 teams that were picked 1 and 2.
Nosek with the puck. Real Cinema says, after this riveting game, Jaws and Kyle will be streaming Marlins baseball. That game hasn't even started yet. I think it's still rain delayed. Stop blowing the whistle. It's already 4:30 and there's still 7:45 to go in this period. You all right?
Yeah, I'm just okay.
7:45 to go in the second period.
Well,
7-0 in favor of the Panthers.
oh, this is important piece of news I just read. The Kings, there are not enough games left for the Kings to surpass the Predators in regulation wins. So in order to get the playoff spot, they need to be ahead of Nashville in points.
Right.
The Sharks are now 2 back of the Preds and Kings pace in points, but have a game in hand. They have 24 regulation wins. If they are tied with Nashville in regulation wins, the next tiebreaker is regulation and overtime wins, where they have an edge 34-31. And the Jets remain in the mix, 3 points back of the Kings and Wild, with an equal number of regulation wins to Nashville. Centering pass.
Parker Wotherspoon has room to skate out of his own end. And in over the Panther line he goes. Minestroza took the look. Penguins in a chase, so he's got time. Minestroza, primary assist on the Panther goal today. Cook with a good effort got there. No icing, and then a big hit on Clifton.
Who's going to get the overall first draft pick?
We are. Cup draft lottery.
The meltdown from the rest of the league. Although if you want to go by best chance, it would be the Canucks. The Canucks are at 52 damn points. They will have been officially robbed if they don't get that first overall pick. And then the Blackhawks are second worst at 70 points. And then you have teams like the Flames at 72, Rangers at 73. The Kraken at 75. And we're at 77. So we actually, we want the Blues to win tonight, not only for our draft lottery chances, but also to make the Western Conference playoff race even more chaotic. So these commercials are still going. Craig says 9 lives, Cat Logic. Craig thinks the Panthers are going to get the 9th overall pick. I've heard by all accounts this is a very deep draft lottery, a very deep draft class. So all we need is to actually have our pick.
They've got some days off. Their next game is until Thursday against the Maple Leafs. They have not looked good this week. They've given up a lot of goals and shot attempts. They're barely hanging on by a point to a playoff spot. So Pete DeBoer is the man on the island.
There are 4 games left for the Islanders, all at home. Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Carolina.
They could be out of a spot by the end of today. We'll see how things shake out. It could being 8th. They'll have their third spot in the Metropolitan Division. But, hey, Vegas did it with 8 games to go. A week ago, everybody was stunned. John Tortorella and the Golden Knights are 3-0 since he took over. They flew out Edmonton in a big game last night.
So John Tortorella is apparently 3-0 as head coach of the Golden Knights and just blew out the Oilers in a critical game. Yes, Jester, that is completely correct. If we finished 9th overall and two teams win the lottery,
you would end up 11th and it wouldn't be protected.
Yeah.
You got to finish 8th or better.
8th or better is the goal. Craig says it is deep, plenty of good talent and pieces to fit.
15 months later, Paul Maurice was a head coach in the NHL on the Hartford Whalers. It happened quick. Moore went to the OHL. He won a couple of championships before getting that job with the Panthers, as mentioned, in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
They're back in the same conference. And reportedly, it's not like the Tortorella deal where it's, hey, the next couple of weeks and then the playoffs.
Yes, this is so far a low-scoring game.
Term on that deal. Beat the board the island. You know, he goes in there, Randy, one thing or two things. He's got the goalie, and he's got the great...
All right, so less than 5 minutes to go in the second. Over-under on any other goals being scored in this game?
Oh, eventually our legs are going to give out. But then again, Pittsburgh played yesterday too, so.
They get it up the boards. And again, Pittsburgh, which has had nothing going on.
All right, so Forresting waits. Boquist sends it through the slot. Ghost Slayer says, I'm bouncing out of here. Too much Toronto hate from nowhere and too much Tampa love for my liking.
What, in the chat?
Now it's a 2-on-1.
Oh,
hey, Tarasov make the save. Delron says, come on, Rangers in Calgary, keep winning. Bennett waits. Now Kachuk has to send it back to Bennett, over to Benin. And Shelov's glove was sufficient to send the puck out of play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yankees Marlins is still rain delayed. Good grief.
Do I ever wear the blue light glasses when editing? Makes it worse for me. I've tried it a couple of times, and it actually makes my eyes worse. I know that makes no sense.
Tony says he just won $500 playing sevens while online casino.
Oh, nice.
It's about an hour drive. Got here a couple hours before the game started. He's the backup goaltender. Open that door on that bench. Here comes Sinistroza, but it's off the stick. Schwint with a good hit.
Schwint able to keep the puck in Panthers possession. Jones turns it over, and it's a 2-on-1 defended by Bjornfoot. God help us. And there's Ricard Raquel making it 4-1 because no one was covering him on the back end.
Too much puck possession in the Panther zone, but this one here, a bouncing puck. And Ricard Raquel gets his second of the game.
And Ricard Raquel is on hat-trick watch.
Panthers get a couple of players stuck behind the goal line in a quick centering pass. And you'll see Raquel a bouncing puck, but it looks like he got one right over the air. Bouncing and on the glove side.
Never worn it before. You use the computer 8 to 9 hours a day. Yeah, I'm almost at the point where I can see the game better with the glasses on. Today might be that day, actually. We've got a ton of pollen in the air, so my eyes are terrible right now. And let's see. No, it's still better without. But I've tried those blue light blocking glasses a few times, and they hurt my eyes. I don't know why. Now, it's been a few years since I tried them. Well, there went any chance of a comeback. That was the most unenthusiastic lift. You didn't even let through the rest of the period.
I'm saving myself for if they should allow a bunch of goals in the third.
Saving yourself from what? You don't do anything.
Lil J says, we look like we stopped trying and are being completely exposed.
Well, it's not inaccurate. I mean, I don't know if we've stopped trying. It's just...
Here come the Lightning, says, personally, I feel a little mad the Panthers didn't make it. I wanted our boys to face them again. It's better to fight for your title in a series, not fail to make it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
JP says, I'm not sure how many NHL teams have won a Stanley Cup 3 consecutive years in a row other than Montreal. Barkov will be 100% next season. Try their best with all the injuries, pressure, and fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's made 4 straight since the Islanders.
So the second intermission here, and it is now 4-1 Penguins over Panthers.
Where those trucks? We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it.
All right, so...
Yep, still here.
So yeah, this has been about as difficult a game to sit through as you can think. Mainly because we're about to fall asleep from boredom.
This is the show everyone is watching. Players walk in. Legends will watch.
March Madness continues through April 5th on ESPN. Greatness is now playing. Can we go for the long?
Will J. We've says I've seen how we've seen how this team plays when they're fighting for their lives. They ain't fighting for shit right now. You get it's a bunch of AHL players and rookies, but some of the mistakes you're seeing is why these guys are AHLers.
This feels more like home than anywhere I ever grew up.
Hey, Ryan Kenny. Carl, see this email? Marketing wants us in on a commercial together. It must be about how ESPN is now the home of MLB.TV, all out-of-market games, live or on demand. And all your favorite sports on ESPN, all in one place. You know, it does feel kind of great. I'm being filmed right now. Yeah.
My agent's going to kill me. ESPN is now the home of MLB.TV. All out-of-market games, live or on demand, all in one place.
Do my Sunday dreaming, oh yeah, and all my Sunday scheming, every.
Welcome to our second intermission.
Yeah, Ricard Raquel has been on an. I guess he has been on a heater lately.
They're leading 4-1 over the Florida Panthers for 40 minutes of play. Here inside our studio, Jessica Blaylock along with Ed Jovanovski. And Jovo, a tough period for the Florida Panthers in the sense that they really kind of settled the game down, got some on their side.
Here's the thing about the goalie situation in Florida. We have goalie prospects, and Bobrovsky wants his contract.
I'll be right back.
We talked a lot about contact management and misuse of the situation. It happened there in that period.
Let's take a look at some of those Panther chances from the second period. With this look for the
So, what are your predictions for the third periods, by the way?
He has that reach. You can get around there. You can see here against Sheila. Makes the save in that situation. Penalty on that play. This one just moving it around, betting. Same thing too. This one actually, got I think it's right at the tip of his shoulder. You can see here he's going high. It's a good shot. Goaltender made that save. So Panthers,
Goat Slayer. I'm gonna have to ask you to cool down a little bit. I can vouch for Here Come the Lightning. He's chill. Almost every Lightning fan that joins us for these live streams is chill. I only had to ban one troll. One. And that's the only instance I can recall over almost this entire season. Some jerk coming into the stream earlier who called themselves a Lightning fan and just was ranting about us personally and the Panthers being freaking losers.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies too. Just like I'm so much more than Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Mary. I want everyone here to know that you too.
World Series rematch starts tomorrow in Toronto.
veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. The #1 rated branded cordless outdoor power pushes the boundaries of innovation to power the unexpected, all on one battery platform. Experience the industry's most powerful cordless pressure washer with advanced digital controls. A string trimmer so smart, it takes the push of the button, and our most powerful.
All right, so who do you think scores in the third period?
Samoskevich, and Samoskevich.
Help is on the way. Even if the way is covered with boulders. Even if the nearest hospital is 45 miles away. Even if the stakes couldn't be higher. No matter how bad it is out there. Help is on the way.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel significant symptom relief.
Focusing on goals from both Matthew Tkachuk and Ben McKinnon. Here's where the two currently stand. Price Picks days available to download in your state. The only goal from the second period belonging to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jovo, Ricard, Raquel, right place, right time. How did you end up seeing it?
It starts at the blue. We got a better look at that because you're 2-on-1. Got the greatest shot off, but you end up getting 3.
No, Marchand's not playing for us right now. He's been out for a while now. If you count the Team USA Olympics medal we won, maybe we already three-peated. It would be the funniest thing if the Cats get a better pick than the Leafs. I'll do you one better. There is a good chance the Panthers get a pick and the Leafs don't get a pick at all. The Leafs pick is only top 5 protected. They have to end up in the top 5 spots after the draft lottery, or their pick is Boston property.
When you're hurt, you need a trusted partner. The idea that you can take someone who is
Yeah, I don't think
challenges of their life. You're really there as a steady hand in their time of need. It's really rewarding.
To be fair, I sort of lost track with how exactly it started with Goat Slayer and Gwendolyn. At the same time, Goat Slayer seemed to be losing his cool a little bit, but again, I do not believe anyone in the chat was doing anything actually wrong. I already banned the one idiot who just came in here to start throwing F-bombs and calling people losers. Did Bob ask for a lot of money? Bob asked for a lot of money. No, he's asking for a lot of term is what seems to be the issue here. I think it's the term. Mm-hmm.
On ESPN, the stars have never been brighter.
One volleyball on ESPN2 and streaming on the ESPN app.
Here you live today and enter a world of cool kids.
All right, so what is it, about 10 minutes or less until the third period starts?
Let's make sure that you can breathe properly before you do that. More from Coach on what makes him so special.
He's accepted what he's great at. That's what impresses me. And all of these players, every one of them, they get into the next National Hockey League. If they're a high pick, they are skilled. And they play on that skill. And some of them reach a level of Barkov and Reinhardt, these incredibly skilled players. The vast majority of them don't. They have to adapt their game. And Dimitri, over the course of his career, I don't think he started to reach his peak till after he was passed, as he had come to us in Winnipeg with a pretty significant back injury, and then he went to Minnesota. He got healthy.
Ottawa, and Kane's about to start a must-win for the Sens. The Snake Boy says, "Yep, I'm in here as a Pens fan, but you guys make good content, so I support you guys." Yeah. Well, I am impressed how quickly the Penguins were able to get themselves out of the malaise that's impacted other franchises in your city, like Steelers and Pitt, where those organizations just refuse to shift philosophies or change any of their approaches whatsoever, and they are literally playing out the definition of insanity, where they do the same things over and over again and expect anything to change. The Penguins actually shifted philosophy and culture, and they're being rewarded with actual success as a result. Yeah, after this past season, I'm only trusting Connor Hellebuyck as your starting goaltender for Team USA in any context. Hellebuyck has been god-awful otherwise, playing for the Jets. Almost as bad as Jordan Binnington playing for the Blues. The Snakes Boy says it's been a Cinderella run. Remember, everyone thought we would be a lottery team this year. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
American Idol can change my life, and I'm ready for it. I love singing.
All right, so maybe the Panthers want to at least make it interesting in this third period, or I'm guessing most likely it's just going to be Penguins adding another goal or two.
This is the road to the NBA Finals on ESPN and ABC. Greatness is up for grabs, and it's all happening now. The NBA playoffs begin Saturday, April 18th on ESPN and ABC.
Yeah, Skinner apparently got hit with a puck on the bench during the game yesterday. The Jets suck. Their defense and lackluster effort always put Hellebuyck in the hot seat for the fallout guy to pin the blame on.
We are back in Pittsburgh. We take a look back at our Geico feel-good moment. Who did it better? We go back to Alex Alexander Barkov. Oh my, Gary Price back in 2019 between the legs for the goal. And then we go back a week ago today, Sunday, against the Islanders.
I think both of them. They're pretty to watch.
What do you mean? You got to pick one. You can't take both of them.
Then I'll take Sasha Markov.
You will because of the speed?
Yeah,
Just
I
going
think
with the
so.
speed.
Yeah, but both of them, that was unbelievable.
I'm going to level it. I'll take Matthew Tkachuk. Both dazzling goals by the two superstars for the Panthers. All right, let's get our drive to the finish. Sponsored by Lexus Randy. The Panthers did a lot right, except the scoreboard didn't go their way in that second period.
The Snake Boy says, I felt bad for you guys a little bit yesterday. Yeah, 9-4 is a bit much.
I mean, you know, like, just keep it from being embarrassing. It's a bit much. Good girl in there. Oh.
So the game is still 1-0. Flyers over Bruins halfway through the second. All right, so Luosterainen takes the face-off, and we win the face-off. Only for us to immediately give the puck back to the Penguins.
So did they give us the third cup yet? No.
What?
Did they give us the third cup yet?
No, in fact, we are eliminated from the playoffs.
What do you mean eliminated? We won the cup. We are automatically in the playoffs.
That's not how it works in the NHL.
It's not. Wait, but I'm confused. Why else would we play all these games if we weren't going to be going in the playoffs?
Because you have to play all these games to earn going to the playoffs.
What do you mean earn? Don't you just get in? I'm confused.
So we're on the power play again. Yay. Maybe this
Sam
is...
Miskovich has got to get a goal.
Yes, Samo does need his goal. Bennett leads the rush. The puck is passed all the way to Tkachuk. Jones back at the blue line. Simply passes to Bennett. Tkachuk with the puck. They've put Samo in that old bumper spot that Reinhard would be.
Yeah, he's been there on occasion.
The only problem is that bumper play hasn't worked for us all season long, regardless of who was in it.
Jones' shot was blocked by Tickle. Puck taken by Carlson. And that was off the glass and out of play. One of the most iconic
55 seconds left on the man advantage.
Okay. You want to go see B2K and Bow Wow?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good.
Okay, because I'm a big Bow Wow fan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Big Bow Wow fan. President of the fan club, in fact.
You're mocking Randy Moeller. He's not going to like that. The Snake Boy says Achari is such a warrior, man.
Yeah, we liked it when he was with us.
How are you getting this much production out of Erik Karlsson at this point in his career?
It depends on who you surround the players with. Bohlquist is on the power play. Good Lord. We really are tanking.
Yeah, again, I believe if reports are to be believed, the issue with the Bob negotiations is not the money, it's the term.
Right.
He's probably asking for a reasonable amount of money, but it's the years after we've already are going to be paying Marchand until he's in his 40s. Gregor with the puck over to Nolan Foote. I don't think there's any solid reports on whatever starting number Bob has been asking for.
No.
Kulikov with the puck shoots and Sheloff makes the save.
Malkin got shaken up a little bit right in front of his bench as Sabrango came over with the hit. There you see the Panthers regroup in the neutral zone, get over the blue line, get a shot on goal.
So the Hurricanes and Senators game is just about to start. That's a big game for the Sens.
Yeah.
.58 says, can we get the clone machine repaired for next season at least?
No problemo.
The Snake Boy says, Dan Muse and his new system is letting EK thrive. That's why his production has been great. JC says, hello, got some new cards today for playoff trivia.
Oh, very cool. Appreciate that. Oh boy.
And that goes in.
This is Toby Bornfoot. You got to lift again. You got to lift again.
I mean, Tarasov never even made the save.
How you doing?
Sorry, baby.
Here, play with the toy instead of lifting. Give her a round to play.
Give me a toy.
Good, I don't have to pay attention to this direct.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But you got to have her on camera for it to count. You got to at least be in the middle.
Take the toy. It's right there. It's right there.
Definitely more entertaining than this game.
Oh, he's so close. You can almost taste it. Oh, I know. See that. Give me that.
That's it.
Give me that.
Oh, careful. Don't tap the cord. You can't drag her on the cord. Oh, here we go. That's out.
This is ridiculous. Huh? You got your claw stuck on the thing, though. Go ahead. Where are you going with the thing? Are you trying to take it outside?
Don't bring it outside in the mud, you idiot.
That's exactly where she's going.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going out there.
No, that's okay. Sit back down. I'll go get it. when the commercial comes on. It's getting ugly now. I have a feeling we're going to see 6-6 soon.
Colin says, by his calculations, the Cats need to lose at least 5 out of the last 7 games to make sure that the pick stays in the top 8. Have the Panthers been dominated in back-to-back games like this in recent memory?
Yeah.
Our road trips, our
Yeah.
flu trips in the West Coast.
Oh my God. Tarasov has had an adventure today.
Yeah, Real Cinema says you do kind of want to win the final game at home against the Weens just to end strong for the home crowd.
Yeah, all right, let me get this toy from her.
Yeah.
Who knows where she's going to put it.
Yeah, imagine if that puck went in. Well, the Marlins-Yankees game finally started. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Crosby has another 4 points today.
So what's it? 14-5 so far, the 2 games.
Yes, the Red Wings fell for the Iser scam. I'm going to
Where
use
the
the
hell are you
restroom.
going now? In the middle of this important game? My God. Gee, Tipsy, if you're Tarasov, you're moving on from Florida. I mean, he has gotten the shit end of the stick a lot this year, for sure. Oh. Yeah, we haven't been playing well on the road, so that puck, God, almost just straight through. So what, Gregor committed the penalty now? Ugh.
Henderson says, honestly, they could hire a parking cone to replace tree living and it'd be an improvement.
Oh, is this game going to answer? We're on the power play. Okay, I thought it was a penalty against us.
Real Cinema says, Ekblad's the new Leafs GM? That's not fair.
I say let Zito run both. Let Zito run the Leafs too. That seems fair.
No, you can't recreate the Cleveland Spiders by having someone running multiple teams.
We would have a Matthews, Nylander, and Nyes fourth line. That's about it, though.
Samo and Kachuk both trying to start stuff. What do you see, Lele? Who's there?
Huh? What are you doing? Don't trip over the cord. Good girl. Oh, shit. Okay, good girl. Oh, get him. Go. Who's there? No, not that way. Jesus. Oh. What? We're doing hockey things right now, baby. Huh? There you go. Go. Oh. What does she see? Kids probably playing out there.
12:49 to go in the third. There's still almost 13 minutes left of this. Jameson says, "Hey guys, happy Easter.
Hey, buddy.
We're getting waxed by the Penguins again, huh? It gets even better. We're getting waxed when they were forced to start Sheeloffs for the second day in a row. Because Stuart Skinner got hit by a puck on the bench yesterday."
Nothing.
And Bennett.
Bennett went after him. There you go.
Fight. Mr. Spock, I leave for a few minutes. 5-1.
The original call is going to be against the Penguins.
Yeah, he nailed the chuck right in the face, Wotherspoon.
Yeah, Bennett did not hesitate. He came flying right in there. Now the players looking around and waiting for the officials to decide who's going to go to the penalty box.
Sidney Crosby lobbying the Penguins' case already with the referees. Bennett's got some words. Kachuk's not too thrilled.
The Hurricanes have taken the 1-0 lead against the Sens. So yeah, Bennett goes in the penalty box. The initial call, I believe, was against the Penguins.
Yeah. Good girl. Jeez.
Oh, that was blatant.
All right, so yeah, on the power play. How did Chucky end up in the box?
How did Kachuk end up in the penalty box? Hello?
Okay. Yeah, 2 minutes for getting punched.
So it's roughing on Waterspoon and Bennett and a slashing call on that.
They called slashing on Kachuk. Where's
the what? They're just making shit up now.
4-on-4, then the Penguins are going to power play when that original Clifton penalty before all that expires.
So it's 4-on-4.
That sun came out bright, didn't it?
Yeah, we probably don't need this overhead light.
I'll get up in a second.
Hinestroza with a chance. And now it is the Penguins power play. Leah. No.
Yeah. Oh, wait till I get 4 more of them. Ow! Jesus! What the hell's wrong with you?
Lilia says, I love Hinestroza.
What the hell is wrong with you? Now I'm going to get 5 more.
Nice try to spring Luosterainen free.
Are you kidding me?
They called that a penalty on Greer.
Greer really thought that he was going to be able to just manhandle Raquel, take that puck away, and possibly create a scoring chance. Holding.
Good Lord. That's a weak call in this part of the game, man. That is a weak-ass call for this part of the game.
Actually took a shot away from the Penguins. So the only shot they've had in the period was by Rust, and it was a goal. Crosby.
All right, so Crosby leaves it back for Carlson. Carlson waits.
Oh, he missed.
Tipsy says, I'd love to see some passion from Pomo, like be a voice and stand up for the guys.
Here we go.
Kulikov. And
he damn
gets
it.
Stopped.
I wish he would have dropped past to Kachuk and
Kachuk shoots and it goes wide. He'll just smartly hang on to the puck, and Kachuk will let Luosterainen reach it. Luosterainen flat out turns over the puck.
We're flat-footed, man. Boy, we're lucky they're missing the net now. Why didn't he take the shot? Boy, they are. Oh.
The net is dislodged. Here come the Lightning says, can you get your father to say, I want pictures of Spider-Man?
Is that the exact quote? Or does he say, get me those pictures of Spider-Man? Which one is it?
Well, the only time he ever actually... Well, it depends on whether he's merely talking aggressively or whether he's shouting. Because
He'd have to be balls to be like, I want pictures of Spider-Man! Like that. That's probably about it.
Gwendolyn says he does kind of sound like him if he gets mad enough.
If they get mad enough.
Lines up with a shot. And now the Panthers have it. Lead pass, Luosterainen.
Craig says, went from looking respectable to the don't give a frick against.
Boy, this. Damn it! Come off. I'm gonna find something new to troll you with. This sucks. Can't even get the hat off the head right this year.
Susie says, so once again, we lead in shots on goal and are losing by a few goals. Is it defense or do we really have a goalie problem? Our bottom defensive pair is Sabrango and Benning. I think it's defense.
I mean,
Tarasov did not help out his case with that awful giveaway to kick things off.
Sometimes you have a year where there's just no sense in trying to figure out what went wrong. You just come back the next year ready to go.
Over 500 man games lost.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's just no benefit in trying to figure out what went wrong. It's like when the relationship ends, just move on and go to the next one. And sometimes
The Sens tied the game against the Hurricanes.
hey, that's a trip. There we go. We're going to power play. More PP time. Because we want stoppages of play every minute.
7:15 to go in the third.
Oh, boy. Am I going to get stoned tonight? I'm sore from those goals yesterday. Okay. That's a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, baby, huh? Who's your good girl, huh? Wonder if I would. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, all right.
You jerk.
You're a jerk. Huh? You're no. Whoa. Hey, that hurts. I can't do that to old man.
The Marlins have a 1-0 lead over the Yankees.
Did they win yesterday?
No, they
blew that game.
Yeah.
You bunch of idiots.
They walked 10. They walked 10 batters.
Good Lord. I could do that. They mean.
Flyers still just 1-0 against the Bruins.
Well,
Gwendolyn, the Sens logo, they're named after the Roman senators of ancient Rome. So that is what their logo is supposed to be, is a literal Roman senator. The Snake Boy says, as a Pirates fan, I can relate to the Marlins.
He is a huge Florida Panthers fan. Well, the Orioles are staying at the same hotel as the Panthers, so he got to meet several of the players, including Matthew Tkachuk. Even got to play some poker with them.
Tarasov's been left out to dry just pretty much every game. Like, he always gets the second end of the back-to-backs. I mean, just to start the games, he gets thrown under the bus.
Yeah, if you've ever watched Night at the Museum,
I can't believe I didn't watch this game inebriated.
Octavius, the miniature Roman soldier.
I thought Octavius was the villain from Spider-Man 2.
Well,
that's
Otto Octavius.
That's 2, right?
Yes, Spider-Man 2.
See, I remember things. Those are the only Spider-Man movies. I will not hear any. I just won't even hear any disagreements. And I haven't even seen the other ones. I don't care.
You aren't missing much.
I figured. I stopped somewhere in one of the freaking Avengers things. I stopped watching that stuff. It's the same damn movie over and over and over again.
Samo, damn it, that's supposed to be goal number 5. Try again.
But the old Spider-Mans, they were good. Sheloff's actually been pretty good today. Sucks we didn't get to play Skinner. We probably would have won the game. I don't believe them for a second that he's hurt. Hey, there you go.
But that's supposed to be a Samo goal.
That's okay.
Jameson says we can all agree Spider-Man 3 is the best movie ever created.
There you go. We can agree on that.
No.
It's
Spider-Man 3. That's the one with Sandman and Venom. That's the one with Emo Peter.
Emo Peter.
Or as most people a lot of people have resorted to calling him Bully McGuire.
Well, wasn't that the one where he walked down the street to the musical montage?
Yeah, that's Bully
Yeah,
McGuire.
that's pretty freaking funny. I'm sorry.
No, it's only truly inferior compared to the other Spider-Man movies. Like, you can tell Sam Raimi really didn't want to do the whole Venom story.
Right.
But they forced it on him, and so we got a Bully McGuire.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We got some amazing memes out of it, though.
Yeah.
I do like Spider-Man 3, but I can acknowledge that it's pretty overstuffed. The Sens have taken the lead against the Canes.
Oh, so Kyle, tell the people about your absence upcoming.
You want me to tell
Yeah,
them?
you tell them. I ain't telling them we're going on vacation again.
Yes.
Bullshit.
So I'm going to be leaving on the 7th and not come back until the 12th. I'm actually headed to Chincoteague with my mom and siblings.
And brother. Oh, I guess you.
Well, no,
Miliana's not gonna
that's
be
right.
there. Yeah.
Miliana's not going to be. But yeah, me, my mom, and my little brother are all going to Chincoteague.
So he's going to miss the next 3 games.
I'm not missing anything if this is how they're playing. I'm not missing anything good.
All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $289 per month lease on a 12
Have you heathens never heard of Chincoteague? As in Chincoteague Island? Look up the Chincoteague ponies. That's where they're from.
Sundays on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app.
To witness something you've never seen before.
Gwendolyn says, Kyle, I'm from England. I've never heard of this island.
Yeah. What'd you call them? Heathens? Because they didn't know about Chincoteague?
Yeah, the Red Wings lost again, and the Canadians got to clinch their playoff spot because of it.
Oh, boy. Pelvic thrust, Peter.
Yeah, if Detroit fails to make it, they will have the longest active playoff drought in the NHL because the Sabres made it.
Okay, let's do this. Finish this game up.
Spock says, thank you, Red Wings. Me, happy.
Traded for Stuart Skinner from the Oilers during the year. Tristan Jarry. And we'll see what Pittsburgh does. This score holds. They take another step towards an inevitable clinch of a playoff spot. They're in really good shape. We'll see who gets the call. You would think it would be Skinner. Of course, he did play the last 2 years. And with the Oilers, made it to the Stanley
Bjornfoot dumps the puck in.
Oh,
Mr. Ryan tried to bat it in, and then
Chucky trying to get a cheap one.
Yes, Detroit used to be in that
this game just won't end.
Time for round 10,000 of Tampa versus Montreal. Matthew Tkachuk has his 20th assist.
Wow.
20 assists when he didn't even step foot onto the ice until what? When did he come back?
Well, it was after the Winter Classic.
Will Vilmanis be coming back next season? Asked Susie.
That's one of the millions of questions that we have yet to have answered. So much depends on draft position, what player we take. There are easily a half dozen to a dozen difficult decisions, and Vilmanis is going to be in that mix. I hope we don't trade him like we did Sordiff. But if we were to win the draft lottery and actually got McKenna, somebody's going. Somebody, Sordiff, Samiskevich, Rodriguez. We know Boquist and Timu Reinhart will probably have to go anyway. I'd love to see Vilmanis on the fourth line next year, but do you want to start with two young players? Do you want to go Schwint and Vilmanis? Not another penalty. Or is it just the whistle because the puck went out? Oh God, we're gonna play the Canadiens Tuesday. Oh my God, we're gonna get hogtied. And another penalty? Stop with these refs.
The Yankees are winning 3-1 at the top of the second over the Marlins.
So one guy's helmet is CCM, the other guy's helmet is Bauer. I thought they would have all been uniform. Come on, Sam, I'll get your fifth goal. Yeah.
But we're on the power play.
Yeah, the refs just are intent on this game taking forever.
Yeah, the Canadians clinched, so they might rest players. Counterpoints, they're right in the mix to win the division.
Yeah, they're going to want points.
There's a realistic chance of Canadians-Bruins first round.
I know. It's any combination, really, at this point. Just about. Oh, boy, it won't end. It won't end.
Same five will stay on for the Panthers here.
Jones able to keep the puck in. Now he loses it. And Tkachuk turned over the puck.
And the Penguins, need to win these games. Panther injury situation being what it is, they did the job this weekend. Went for 2 games. It's kind of odd weekend.
All right, so Samo's still out there. He could still get a last-minute goal.
Yeah. I'm surprised Paul didn't pull Terrace out to try to get a goal in the power play.
All right, so Forsling shot stopped by Shelovs.
And that'll do it.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
This game is finally over.
Okay.
JC says the package should arrive either Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. This will be quick, Kyle.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.
At least it wasn't 9-4 this time.
At least it wasn't 9.
Well, this was a lousy weekend of hockey.
Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms?
So we have to play the Canadians on Tuesday. That should be fun. Meanwhile, the Flyers still winning 1-0 over the Bruins at the end of the second. Late in the first, the Sens have their 2-1 lead over the Hurricanes.
Revoke can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infections, Hep B or C, smoked, or pregnant.
Yeah,
Don't take out
the Penguins are pretty much right there on the cusp of clinching a playoff spot after these 2 wins. So, yeah, this was the only good news coming out is that we are that much closer to securing an actual draft pick in this upcoming draft. The Snake Boy says, gotta go. Was nice stopping by. Thank you for joining us today. Mr. Krabs says, this loss moves us higher in the draft selection. Thank you very much, the Snake Boy. JP, yeah, Patrick Wall was fired and replaced by Peter DeBoer. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what are your way too early predictions for the Canadians game?
For whatever reason, this year, the Pittsburgh Penguins have just been a tough matchup for the Florida Panthers. Perfect 3-0 against them. You take a look at this weekend in particular, big offensive games for the Penguins, just a little too much.
Yeah, and you look at the position where Pittsburgh was, almost these games you look at must wins for them. They're at home. They need to take care of business, and they did that through these 2 games. And you can see stretches where the Panthers, have hung around and cleaned up.
Gwendolyn, we're gonna get ragdolled. Susie says, why would they fire Waugh? You like DeBoer, but wow. Well, I think the Islanders have lost 4 in a row and 7 of their last 10, and they went from solid playoff position to just hanging on for dear life. Yeah, they need Seattle and Toronto to win more to get into the top 5.
Mm-hmm. Crosby is his favorite player in the league. Sidney Crosby has said that Barkov is the toughest center that he's ever had to play against. And obviously, no Barkov in this matchup makes a difference when you talk about trying to defend Sidney Crosby. But he's picked up several points this weekend and just continues to climb that list as far as all-time NHL points leaders. And we talked about it. He may have the chance by the time all is said and done to get to 2,000.
Boston just tied the game. Wow, that was fast. It's not even a minute into the third period, and Boston's tied the game against the Flyers. Yes, I did hear Vegas fired Bruce Cassidy and replaced him with John Tortorella. The Vegas move at least makes some sense because John Tortorella has proven that at least in the short term, he can spark a locker room to get better results. The Islanders going for Peter DeBoer seems more desperate to me than Vegas going for Tortorella.
He's almost like a Sam Bennett type player where he just continually goes. The engine never stops. He goes for those tough areas. And it's a good mix when you start mixing these players with high talent. Someone's got to go get the puck, on the forecheck and play like Russ.
Boston won't lose that. Flyers aren't very good.
Doing everything they can to try and battle, especially with all the injuries that they have. And in the end, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, I thought Wall had turned the Islanders around too, but I guess he wasn't turning them around quickly enough. The Islanders, who have been flailing as of late, saw what Vegas just did with Bruce Cassidy and hiring John Tortorella in his place, and how quickly John Tortorella has given the results that Vegas desperately needed this late in the season. And the Islanders thought, hey, let's just copy Vegas homework, but let's not make it too obvious.
Every moment, every game, every drop of sweat,
Oh, the Hurricanes tied the Sens late in the first. It's a 2-2 game there. Gwendolyn, the Golden Knights are cutthroat in how they approach operations and hiring and firing. And they did get a cup out of it. But Gwendolyn says, Kyle, no one is worse than the Leafs at firing and hiring coaches and GMs. Yeah, that's a fair argument. Mr. Krabs says, I think it's just crazy to fire Bruce Cassidy just 3 years after they won the cup.
Yeah, but it's Vegas, man.
Yeah.
Vegas is tripping. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. Happy Easter. I'm going to go get the recap up and then probably just faceplant in my chair. This game gave me a comatose. I don't know how y'all at home like are staying awake during these games. It is not that yesterday was boring, but it's just this season is so long. What's that?
Great White, thank you for the 20.
Hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Says,
thank you, Great White.
Why not play Cooper for the last 5 games?
You know, I thought about that. I actually talked about that a couple of times in the recap, Great White. On one hand, I understand, like, when is the kid ever going to get a chance? But on the other hand, do you want to throw your rookie goaltender out there with this abomination at defense? You see what I'm saying?
Benning Sabrango bottom pair.
Like
Benning Sabrango bottom pair.
Right. You could ruin. I mean, goalies' confidence is already, they're sketchy sometimes. And so the more I thought about it, I said, maybe it's not the best idea to throw him out there under these circumstances. Yeah, the games don't matter, but the defensive structure right now is just absolute abomination. What's the are they just talking amongst themselves?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you, bud. Thank you all. Much appreciation. So yeah, tomorrow at noon, and then the next 3 games will be just me. We'll be upstairs again like we were the last time. Little bastard over here went on vacation. Yeah, he's gone 2 vacations in a month. He has the nerve to ask if I bought him spaghetti sauce. I'm too busy filling in for your ass to even go to the grocery store. And give me my pictures of Spider-Man.
Enjoy the rest of your Easter, everyone.
All right, guys. I'll have the recap up soon.